the organizations in different settings, like organizations in educational setting, organizations in health setting, education setting, organizations in correctional setting, organizations in community setting. We'll discuss detail. Once before starting the presentation, you will see the how many types of organizations is there. Just you see list of fieldwork settings. Here, social work is practice-based profession. We discussed earlier many times. In several sectors is there: health, education, women, children, etc. The focus of first semester is to
Hello,
offer
sir.
you an
Hello,
opportunity
sir.
visit
Yeah.
several settings. You can visit health setting, educational setting, community setting. You can visit multiple settings in first semesters. Why? In our first semester fieldwork practicum, you need to visit 20 fieldwork organizations, 20 non-governmental organizations. But in the second semester, you can only visit 5 organizations, 5 non-governmental organizations or governmental organizations. So you have space to visit non-governmental organizations in the first semester. So you focus on number of organizations. The following list is provided to facilitate you to select settings in which you may conduct your orientation visits in the first semester. The list is not exhaustive, although the minimum requirements is 20 to visit 20 settings for orientation visit. You are free to visit more. Just we are showing here only what are the availability here. Just you can explore in your area. If you have any um, different compare with here, you can visit. There is no barrier on your visit. First one, NGOs working with women, children, aged, education, health, family setting, and counseling. These are the organizations working with women, children, aged, education, health, family setting, and counseling. So, like we can here we can say their focus on multiple focus. Few organizations focus only on women. Few organizations focus on only children. Few organizations focus on aged. We discussed last sessions. Geriatric social work speaks about old age people. Education, few organizations working only on education setting. Few organizations working on health setting. Few organizations working on family settings. Few organizations focus on counseling. And open community projects with women, project with children, projects on education, and project on sanitation. So Then health setting. Health setting, we will discuss in detail. Health setting, government hospitals, private hospitals, primary health centers, block hospital, Ayurvedic centers, homeopathy centers, Unani centers, yoga centers. If yoga centers now running in India, home for the aged, home for destitutes, home for street children, and palliative care. Program implementation, like in India, there is one good program offered by
Yes, sir.
government of India. Yes,
Hello.
yes,
I'm sorry
yes,
to interrupt, sir, but
yes.
the visibility, the visibility of your screen is not that clear. We can't see it clearly. So if you can just at least
Okay.
zoom it a little bit,
Yes.
so that it
Okay.
will
Okay.
contain one page in the screen.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
I think now it is visible. Yes, please. Anyone? Is it visible?
Yes, it
Yes,
is
it's
visible.
visible now.
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay.
It is visible.
No, 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 sir.
हाँ, हाँ, एक बार अब मैं नहीं थी इसके बाद अच्छा एक बार है ना हाँ हाँ yes here different programs different welfare programs offered by governments in India. Uh, Government of India offering midday meal scheme in government schools and immunization project, family planning projects, project on TB, malaria, and HIV/AIDS. In school settings, government schools, private schools, and international schools. So, school setting, school social workers is there in particular area. We'll discuss. Then administrative offices, block office, panchayat office, district collector office. In India, there is a hierarchy in administrative system from ground level as a panchayati office. Then the second level is block level office. Then district level is a district collector, and then state level is one state um, state administration is there. Then central government also setting up some mechanism. Then media houses, print media, newspaper is there. Corporate social responsibility projects. I think in Nigeria and Malawi, the corporate social responsibility projects is there or not. Just we will discuss later. Then family courts and district courts. We discussed earlier correctional setting. We speak about this courts, juvenile justice, juvenile um, prisons, parole, all these um, contents we will discuss in correctional setting, family courts, district courts, sessions courts, and then SOS village. This is one organization. Business establishment, companies, factories, corporate correctional settings, central jails, district jails, sub jails, open prisons, women's jails, postal schools, special prisons, observation home for juvenile boys and girls, special homes for juvenile boys and girls, children's home for juvenile boys and girls, shelter homes for juvenile boys and girls, aftercare orientation for juvenile boys and girls, protective homes, shelter home for victims of prostitution, Nari Niketan, so women shelters, beggar homes, faith-based organizations in India, like every religious organization, every religion, they are doing some charitable activities. Like Sikh religion, they are um, providing some charitable. They are providing some material goods to the destitutes at gurudwaras. Christian people, Christian who are practicing Christianity, they are providing some charity-based activities or um, churches like mosques and madrasas and temples. In India, one Ramakrishna Mission and ISKCON, they are they are doing good job in providing some material goods. Then palliative care centers and hospice care centers. We will discuss in detail about these two palliative care centers and hospice care centers. Orphanages, orphanages, training centers for various types of programs. The government of India and state governments in India, they are uh, providing service to the they are providing training to the unemployed youth. They are governments, either central government or state government. They established training centers um, for unemployed youth, unskilled youth. They governments providing some training who are the unemployed. So these are the areas, list of settings for field work. We will discuss these settings one by one. Okay, what are orientation visits? Anyone can give? Anyone can give answer? So far, what
What is
have understand orientation visits? Yes,
hello,
Mustafa.
sir? Sir, on my own understanding about orientation visit, is a process in which a learner or a student should go some place in
Your
order
your
to see uh, something in
your
practice.
your voice is uh, not audible.
Hello,
It
sir.
is
Hello.
disturbance.
Hello. Hello, sir. Hello. Hello, sir.
Yes, yes, you are audible. Please.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
You are audible. Please.
No, one it is invisible, sir.
Now, am I visible now? Yes, please.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Am I
Hello.
audible? Hello.
Yes, it is visible, but no slide. There is no slide.
No, no. Okay, okay. Just I'm asking you uh, what you have understand about this orientation visit.
Okay, sir. On my own understanding about the orientation visit, is a process in which the learner or student should go and see or observe something in a particular place with his eyes. Hello?
It seems like he's having a problem with his network. So he went up. Hello?
Hello, Sagir.
Yeah, we can hear. We
Yeah.
understand. So he's experiencing some the difficulty in his network. Let's just hang on. He'll be joining back again.
Of course. But hello, hello.
Yeah, you can hear you. You're audible.
You, oh, what? Samad, what is trying to say that it's just a kind of orientation based. My understanding is that a kind of maybe to visit a particular setting and maybe do some kind of observation in order to understand the culture. Or in other case, you can ask, you can just consult the people there in order to explain some things to you. Maybe you give us a kind of maybe question that we may ask to give us insight into the organization. I think that is it.
And okay, Malam Sagir, I know, but if you could recall that there is ontology, everyone
Sorry.
see things differently, you know. Hello, sir.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay.
Mm.
For the
Hello,
interaction
sir.
due to network issue, I lost my network. I lost my network.
Okay, sir. Sir, should I continue or should I start?
No, no, no. I will continue.
Okay.
Uh, what are orientation visits? As part of our academic curriculum, trainee student must visit organizations engaged in social welfare activities. You are the social work students. As part of our academic curriculum, you must visit organizations engaged in social welfare activities. We may call it orientation visits in the case of induction program. We may call it agency visit in the case of fieldwork practicum. Now we are in fieldwork practicum, and exposure visits usually for educational purpose. Exposure visits in our program, in our course, as part of our academic curriculum, you must visit organizations engaged in social welfare activities. We called as orientation visits or observational visits. The different settings can be visited depending upon the availability of the agencies. Yesterday we discussed. Based on your availability, you can visit of the agencies, though it would be better to visit as many agencies as possible for maximum exposure. The student is encouraged to observe the similarities and differences in the way social work is being practiced in different settings and find out the causes for the same. Why we need to visit different organizations? Once we visit the different organizations, student is encouraged to observe the similarities and differences between the organizations or agencies. And what are the practices in organizations? They are practicing, different organizations practicing different ways, and find out the causes why they are practicing uh, the particular way, why they are practicing only health setting, why they are practicing only education setting, why they are practicing community setting, why they are only focused on women, why they are focused only on education, why they are focused on only children, why they are focused on only on correctional setting. So here you can understand the similarities and differences in the way social work is being practiced in different settings. Differences can be observed in the practice of methods in the same settings also. Few organizations working on the same setting, but we can observe some um, observed in different. We observed differences in the same practice also. The agency's values, the practitioner's approach, the requirement of the client, the resources of the agency may be some of the factors influencing the practice of various methods of social work. The agency values the practitioner approach is may be different. The requirement of the client may be different from one organization to another organization. The resources of the agency may be some of the factors influencing. The same, the two organizations are working in health setting, but one organization receiving fund from international organization, the remaining other organization receiving fund from only the uh, inside the country. So there is a difference between the agency's values, practitioner approaches, and maybe some of agency resources influencing the practice of various methods of social work. Some, some organizations focus only on community organization method. The organization focus only on social casework method. Okay, we will discuss one by one setting. First one, health settings. Health settings are an important setting for health for the social workers. In hospital, social workers work along with the medical practitioners, nurses, physiotherapists, and other paraprofessionals as medical teams. Social workers, as a member of this entire medical team, who are in the medical team, medical practitioners like doctors, nurses, physiotherapists, and other paraprofessionals as medical team. In this medical team, social worker also as a member. For example, in hospitals, community health centers, primary health centers, and clinics, social workers are working in hospitals, community health centers, and primary health centers and clinics also. Their major function include counseling patients suffering from serious or terminal diseases like cancer. What is the role of social worker in a health setting? Multiple roles played by social worker in health setting. For example, counseling patients suffering from serious or terminal diseases like cancer, and counseling patients involved in accidents and suffered loss of body parts. Who are the people lost their body parts in accidents? Social worker provides some counseling, and counseling HIV infected individuals also. Social worker also counsel family members of the patients and enable them to adjust the new situation and make necessary changes in their life situation so that recovery of the patient is facilitated. For example, patient of the HIV AIDS, as a social worker, give counseling to the particular HIV patient family members, enable them to adjust the new situation once after uh, confirmed by HIV/AIDS, how the community will see and how they will recognize, how they will treat about the patient and his family. As a social worker, we will give some counseling and make necessary how to lead their life and make necessary changes in their life situation so that recovery of the patient is facilitated. Social worker also helps raise resources for the treatment and rehabilitation of the patients. Not only providing counseling, and social worker helps raise resources for the treatment and rehabilitation of the patients. A recent trend in rise resources, rise funding, crowdfunding. It is one trend is going on, crowdfunding. Who are the patients suffering with accidents or any other diseases? Social workers or group of people will start this crowdfunding, appeal to the normal people or to contribute to the individuals who is suffering with serious health issue or any accident, how much amount he will require for surgery or treatment. On behalf of the patient, social worker appeal to the community. Now this trend is going on. We called it as a crowdfunding. In health setting, one more important area in mental health settings. Mental health settings, the social worker is part of the mental health team along with the psychiatrist and psychologist. The primary function of the psychiatric social worker is to counsel the patient and his family members, implement behavioral modification techniques, conduct home visits, facilitate the return of the patient into his or her normal functioning as a student, housewife, or employee. In the community health center, the social worker studies, identify the health needs of the community, and based on that develops awareness programs to change the behavior pattern of the community. For example, if once you will visit organization working in the community as a social work trainee, a social work student, identify the health needs of the particular community, and based on that develop awareness programs to change the behavioral patterns of the community. Social worker also organizes health camps, conduct health surveys, organize the people to demand health programs, and look for ways and means to improve the same. For example, as a trainee social worker, you placed at one organization, you can conduct awareness program on malnutrition problem, where you will allot the particular area or locality children are suffering with malnutrition program. What you will do? For example, when you will allot one organization, the organization working in a particular area, you can find out one problem. Alcoholic addiction is a major problem in the particular community, particular area. Or HIV, you can find the particular area is particular area. You can find HIV is a major problem. What you will do as a social worker? Hello.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Student, what you will do?
Hello, sir.
Yes. You're audible, please.
Sir, to me as a social worker in the hospital, so when I found a patient who affected with HIV/AIDS, I will try my best in order to provide a lot of way that he should know that the disease is not going to kill him in I don't know what I am trying to say, but let me think again, so that I will turn back.
Okay. Any more? Buba,
Good morning, sir.
good morning.
Oh, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So I'm sorry, sir.
Yes.
Today, for the issue of network, I have been come late, but
Okay.
I just hear your some explanation about NGOs or about our fieldwork. So what I want to say now, or what I want to ask about it, you mentioned some different organization that we have to meet to do our orientations or our internship there. So we have many organizations in our communities because of our insurgency that we are facing in our communities. We have international organizations, we have national organizations, we have community associations who they were support people in the community for their well-being. So what I am trying to say, just some organization they are engaged peoples concerning child protections, child protection under child protection concerns. Some they provide service of gender-based violence. Some
Okay,
organization they provide service of food. Some organization
okay,
they provide service of health.
okay, Boba. We will
Yeah,
we
sir.
will discuss. We will discuss every setting like health setting, education. Now we are discussing about health setting. As a trainee social worker, you must visit one health setting organization like hospital, primary health center, or health center nearby your area.
Okay.
Just you just you observe what are the services are providing either by the organization, non-governmental organization, or
Hello,
by
sir.
the government organizations or charitable
So,
organizations. Just you
so
observe
according to
what are the services
Hello, sir.
provided by them.
Hello,
Please wait
sir.
for him
so
to explain. Oh, oh.
Okay.
Okay,
Here,
sir.
for
I,
example,
I I understood you, but yes.
yes, yes, yes. Sagir,
Hello, sir. I am back. Okay.
Sagir.
okay, sir, you asked a question concerning as a social worker, what contribution are you going to give in in your health setting? So, according to your explanation, as I understand, I'm going to consider the needs of the patient. For example, the beneficiary. If it's a patient who comes to the hospital, maybe with issue to do with maybe HIV, I can understand the situation of the person. If I understand that he cannot afford to pay the medical bills or to pay for his maybe some medicine, I can go out to cross source the money that I can come and help him for that. And if he needs counseling, for example, what he needs to do, what he should not be doing, on how to do to manage his own condition and situation, I can give him that kind of counseling so that he can, the counseling will help him in order to become to maybe manage his condition.
Okay. Okay. Uh, here,
Uh,
all of you, please remember when you visit health setting organizations like hospitals,
This is
health centers, or primary health centers, any other organization
it.
uh, related to health setting, you observe
Thank you.
what they are doing, what type of services they are providing to the clients or beneficiaries. For example, in community health center, you can conduct one awareness program on malnutrition. Why? Where you if you place that one organization, the particular locality, you find out uh, nutritional problem, children suffering with a nutritional problem. Just you conduct one awareness program on malnutrition. Um, just you can invite one pediatric doctor, children doctor, and then conduct one orientation awareness program on the particular problem. To begin with, one may have to motivate and facilitate the community to hygienic in the day-to-day life. Awareness on cleanliness, and then water and sanitation and hygiene wash training, and health settings, as can be seen given the gives the social workers a wide variety of situations to practice the methods of social work, and thus an important learning opportunity. Compare with other settings, health settings, we can find out wide variety of situations. For example, we can uh, apply social casework method in health setting. We can we can find out community organization method in health setting. We can find out group work method in health setting. For example, social casework method, who are the individuals suffering with drug addiction or alcohol addiction, we can apply social casework method. We can use casework method. For example, HIV AIDS, we can use social casework method. So there is a lot of scope in health settings. We can be seen gives to social worker a wide variety of situations to practice the methods of social work, and thus an important learning opportunity uh, to you. The next setting, education settings. Education settings are school, college, and non-formal or adult education settings. In school and college settings, social workers have the following functions: enable the students to adjust in the institution, deal with problems of dropouts, ragging, drug addiction, juvenile delinquency, absenteeism, emotional crisis, learning and motivational problems, and act as link between the institution and the student, teacher, parent community. In the non-formal or adult education settings, the role of the social worker is to approach the community, identify suitable candidates for attending classes, motivation them and their families to attend the classes, and see that they continue to do so till the course completes. As a social worker in the non-formal or adult education setting, to approach the community and identify suitable candidates for the attending classes, motivate them and their families to attend classes regularly, and to do till the course completes. After the course is over, it is important that necessary follow-up action in terms of refresher courses is undertaken. As a trainee social worker or a trainee student, when you will visit educational setting, you must focus on these all uh, areas. Correctional settings. Correctional settings include prisons, police stations, juvenile justice systems, and administration of payroll services. The major function are to counsel the individual who are staying in the prison or juvenile homes, helping them adjust to the institutional settings, deal with their family problems, and assist in their rehabilitation and resettlement in the community. Generally, in the correctional setting, individuals who are staying in the prison or jail or juvenile homes. Prison, it is only for adults. Juvenile homes, it is only for children who are the minority age. They are stayed in juvenile homes after punishment. Who are staying in prison or juvenile homes, helping them adjust to the institutional settings, deal with their family problems, and assist in their rehabilitation and resettlement in the community. The social worker act as a link between prisoners and the institution to improve the services being provided. As a social worker, link between prisoners, inmates, and institutions to improve the services being provided. For example, trainee social worker may observe composition, demography of inmates. For example, if there is any possibility in your country, you can visit one prison also, jail. When you will visit prison or jail, juvenile home, you may observe composition of or demography of inmates. For example, one inmate or one inmate because of his family problem, he murdered his family member. In another case, another individual who are staying in prison, his case is different. Is criminal. Few people, some certain incidents, uh, they involved in this crime. There is a different reasons we can find their composition and the demography of inmates is different. When you will visit, you may observe the composition and demography of inmates. You can observe. Based on the observations, um, social worker needs to develop individual development plan for the inmates, prisoners or juveniles. Principle of individualization. Based on the each case, we plan some we can plan development plan for the each individual. For example, in one case, we can provide some educational facility to the juveniles. Why is age under 16 or 17? As a professional social worker, we need to prepare one development plan for the particular juvenile. In another case, the inmate's age is around 25 to 30 years age. As a social worker, we need to develop one individual plan for training after completion of his this inmate. Then we, as a professional social worker, we develop one plan after his jail life. He can lead his life respectively. Hello. Any doubt?
Hello, sir.
Educational setting, correctional setting. Yes.
Sir.
Anas.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
As you saw on correctional settings,
Yes.
here in our community, or let me say it in full, in our local government, there is nothing like correctional center. I don't know, maybe if I must travel far away before I get that correctional center, because we in Nigeria, it's not everywhere or community correctional center was located. So in terms of correctional centers, you said that we're supposed to visit correctional centers, jails, and police or police station or prison. So
Yes.
we in our area, I think it's only the police station, maybe the jail that I can visit here. Or I must go far away and visit the correctional center and the juvenile homes. That's what I'm going.
Will they allow you?
Yes, if I go with the ID card, I think you will allow
Very
me
good.
to enter.
Very good. Just you find out the uh, ways how to contact the people, and when and what is the procedure to visit the correctional setting, either prison or juvenile home. Just you find out when you visit the organization. Just you remember what type of uh, practice they are doing, and what type of their what type of development plans they are preparing for each and every inmates.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Yes.
Okay, sir. I have
Sagir,
a
in Nigeria, Anas, you are from Nigeria, na?
Yes.
Yes. And what about
yes, sir.
Malawi and other countries? Uganda, Malawi. Please respond.
Yeah, here in Malawi, there at the collectional setting is not a much problem because at the district level, wherever there is police station, there is a prison. Each and every district, there is police station and there is a prison. So for us, it's easy to consult these collective settings. It's not a problem for us. Thank you, sir.
What about health settings? What about health settings? Which type of settings uh, are available in your area?
For example, to the area where I am, I have community setting organization institution that I can consult. There's a lot, and it's not a problem again to consult them or even to work with them together.
Sagir.
Okay, sir. My network disconnected me. Sorry for that. My question is that in school, sometimes in tertiary institutions, there are some centers that specifically used to address issues to do with this. For example, in Bayero University, Kanu, I know there is one center for gender studies, and it is a center that is usually try to provide this kind of humanitarian services. So, is it eligible? Can we consider that one under education setting, for example?
I'm not getting your
Yes,
please.
what I'm saying,
Yes.
there are some centers in schools, in tertiary
Yes.
institution. For example, in Bayero University, Kano, there are Center for Gender Studies, and it's a center as that is providing services for this kind of humanitarian services. So, is it eligible to be visited under
Yes,
this
yes,
education
yes,
setting?
yes, yes. You can
Okay,
visit. You can visit. Just you
okay, thank you.
find out how many types of organizations are available in your area. Just you find out and list out the organizations in your locality and nearby your locality. Or you are
Okay, sir.
yes, Baba Hassan.
Okay, sir. Yeah. So here in my my location here in Nigeria, I'm living in the conflict affected area zone, which is being devastated by the Boko Haram. So I couldn't able to this thing. Some of this thing is there are because it was being vandalized and this is not functioning in my area here in here, especially like the correctional centers, jail, juvenile home, and other rest of the this thing. It's only
Is it? I think
it's only it's,
refugee centers is
it's
there.
only yes, it's only hospital, school, and other this thing. For that of organization, some of the organization are INGOs, is international non-governmental organization. I don't know, they were used to accept such things because they were even fearing of fraud and other this thing. Some of the organization, their ethics of this thing are somehow like this. So I may try my possible best to meet and let sit with them, discuss how will we going to be this thing with them. So thank you.
Baba Hassan, uh, don't worry about the multiple settings. Just you find out how many organizations are there in your locality. First, you find out and list out the organization's names, and after that, we will discuss. Day tomorrow or day after tomorrow, we will discuss. First, you find out, all of you. Please find out organizations in your locality, and what is the procedure to uh, interact with the people, and what is the procedure to visit the organizations. If they will ask any letter or identity card, first you find out the formalities. After that, we will discuss how many organizations are available in your locality. Is there 20 is there or not? If otherwise, if there is no 20, we will see how we will do the remaining, how we will fulfill our quota 20 organizations. We will think later. Okay, don't worry. First, you find
Hello,
out
sir.
the
Hello, sir.
organizations.
Hello.
Yes, Candiro.
Sir, I just want to ask me as a social worker who is studying degree of social work. Now, in this center, we asked you to go in different institutions to work in the field,
Yes,
and
yes.
if if in the if you at the institution we will find a supervisor who is and who is owing certificate or diploma, can he be my supervisor at the field, or what actually are we supposed to do if we can get at the institution the supervisor in the field is having a certificate or a diploma? Is he going to be my supervisor, or what actually these things are going to happen?
Okay. Uh, just you visit the organization and you find out you may find out the observations, which type of services they are providing, profile of the organization, structure of the organization, resources of the organization. Just you record all this about the organization. Just you write down your report on PDF form, then you submit.
Hello, sir.
All right.
Yes,
Hello. What I
Anas.
understand with what my colleague is saying is that when you visit an organization, you find out that the supervisor, you are studying here in IGNOU, you are studying bachelor's education, and the one you meet at the organization is a certificate holder or diploma holder. Is he going to be your supervisor? That is what he is saying. I think that is what
Oh,
he's saying.
yes, yes. Master of Social Work, MSW, any postgraduate can eligible for this faculty supervising for you.
And then,
Who
sir,
complete master's
uh,
degree from social work. He or
unless the
she
one that finish
eligible
master
for
degrees.
supervising. Got my
Okay,
point?
sir. My second question, sir.
Yes.
I have already downloaded my ID card. Now my ID
Okay.
card is with me.
Okay.
If I went to an organization like here in our locality, we have a primary health care center, we have a community senior secondary school here in our locality, we have health
Yes.
community health center, at least 3, and we have jail. Prison is not near to is very far to me. If I visit these 3 locations, must I show them my ID card, or a letter will be sent to me through my email so that I will represent the letter to them or my ID card before I enter the organization?
Very good, Anas. Before going to visit organizations, uh, interact with your fieldwork supervisor. Once you interact with your fieldwork supervisor, then after uh, discussion between you and your fieldwork supervisor, after that you can go.
And at least each field work, is it going to be completed in one day? Each work
Every
is
day,
going to be completed in one day, or more than that.
one day. You focus
One day for one organization.
one day for one organization.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Any more? Stephen Chunga?
Yeah, despite that network here is a bit problem, but I wanted to ask you to say we have got a legal center for legal assistance here in Malawi. Would that be taken as a social work group, or because they assist people without any pay, they assist people by only maybe collecting communication allowance, which is about here like here in Malawi, it's less than $1, less than $1. Would that be also taken as an NGO that one can visit simply for journal?
I'm not getting your point, Stephen Chunga. Just you
Or
keep on
let me just write maybe let me just write maybe. Can I write?
Yes, just you right, please.
Okay.
Okay. Next, home for destitutes, disaster afflicted refugees and migrants. Home for the destitute, disaster afflicted refugees and migrants. I think all of you know this disaster afflicted, destitute, refugees and migrants. The problem of the individuals who stay in temporary and short stay homes are diverse in nature. All these are temporary homes, temporary and short short stay homes, and there is a diversity in nature. Migrants, refugees, disaster afflicted. Recently we have seen victims of Turkey earthquakes, uh, disaster afflicted homes, destitute homes, refugees like uh, Ukraine war refugees or migrants. So here the problem of individuals who stay in temporary and short stay homes are uh, different in nature. For the migrant and disaster affected, the needs providing immediate basic needs. For the migrants and disaster affected people, they need some basic need. They need some minimum amenities, basic needs, counseling to recover from the trauma and shock caused due to the tragedy. They never imagine their home will collapse. And provision of legal aid, Syria and other countries um, um, after this is ISIS movement, and initiation of rehabilitation efforts and linking up with government agencies and other NGOs. For example, victims of Turkey earthquake needs assistance, recover from trauma, and professional social worker plays a very critical role. There is any homes for these destitutes, migrants in your locality, please. Homes for
Hello,
destitutes,
sir.
homes for
Yeah,
disaster affected, homes for refugees, homes for migrants. Is there in your
Hello,
locality?
sir.
Yes,
Uh, hello, sir.
yes.
Here in Nigeria, if I get you right, you are talking about is there anyone who in his area have refugees or migrant? So for me, in my own locality, there are a lot of refugees and or migrants because in our locality there is a lot of insecurity. So there is a lot of those that lost their home, their farms, and their ability to work. And then currently now they are jobless, homeless, and they are refugees. So in my area there is this problem as well. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello,
Yes,
sir.
Singa. Yes.
In Malawi, we have the Zareka camp where we have the refugees, and in the south as well, those that migrated from Mozambique and some migrated from Rwanda, Burundi, and of course Somalia.
Is there any refugee homes in your locality, in your nearby area?
Yes,
In
that's what I'm saying. That we have such.
not in the localities, but it is far away from the cities and towns. They build campus for refugees and displaced people. It's not every area that they build it, but uh, they build it a one camp for that region. Yeah, it's like that.
Okay. Are you aware about refugees camps, migrants homes?
We need transport to get there, not just near us.
If it is possible, you visit refugees camp. Okay. Anas.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
What of open home?
Open homes is there in your country?
Yes, there is open home in the city of our state, Kano. And
Yes, yes.
at the time the crisis of Boko Haram affected Maiduguri, Yobe, and which state? I think three states of the northeastern part of Nigeria. Some of the small children that lose their parents and homes were taken from the area and transferred them to the house that was rehabilitated by the government of the state so that they stay there and the government continue to guide them and feed them, clothe them, and whatsoever they want. I think we have that in the city of the state.
Yes, you can visit open homes also.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, I just
Yes.
want to ask.
Hello, Sam.
Hello,
Yes.
Steve. Please, can you wait for me, please?
Yes.
Yeah, sir. I just want to ask. In this semester, we need to visit 20 institutions. That means
Yes.
we have to write 20 reports. Not so.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, 20 reports, 20 institutions. And
Yes.
as
Yes.
I can see, as I can see here, some of my friends are complaining that some other institutions they are far from them. They need transport. So what if in their area, in their community, they have only 5 institutions, and the rest they are where they need transport to go there? Do you think how much big time we have for them to travel for those 15 institutions remaining that are not in their community?
Candiro, first you find out the organization and list out the organization. After that, we will discuss how many organizations are available in your locality and you can access the organizations.
All right.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes. Yes.
We have Grace Foundation in here in Lilongwe, Malawi. That is, which is a home for orphans, an orphanage. That is. So it's known as a Grace Foundation. Is that the right NGO that one can visit?
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. No issue.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Civic administration. Yes. Civic administration. Civic administration includes social welfare departments, education departments, health departments, municipal offices, panchayat offices, collectorates, district collectorates, block offices, and so on. Civic administration completely, it is government departments. It is like government departments include social welfare departments, women and child welfare department, education department, health departments, municipal offices, and panchayati offices, district collectorates, and all government functionaries under this civic administration. The social worker will have to get knowledge about the various government programs, the delivery mechanisms, their limitations and advantages of the program. For example, as a social work trainee like you may observe various social welfare program run by the government. For example, in your country, Nigerian government, which type of social welfare programs are offering? Or Malawi government offering which type of programs? Which type of programs Uganda government is offering? So like you focus as a social work trainee, as a social work student, may observe various social welfare programs run by your government, and refer once you understand the programs, then you can suggest your client, suggest your known people suitable programs for them.
So I have a question
The
under this one.
student can observe the functioning of the related offices and interview of the officials, the government. When you visit the government organizations, just interact with government officials and interview with officials. Their opinion on the programs and their problems in implementing them can be noted. For example, when you visit the organization as a trainee, once you interact with the officials, what are the problems they are facing in implementing the program? In few areas, lack of support from the people, lack of support from the beneficiaries. In few situations, lack of support from the government, lack of support from the officials. So different opinions and their opinion on the programs and their problems implementing in they can explain. Just you note down what they will share with you. And familiarization with the functioning of these departments, agencies is very important for the social worker. Once you interact with them, familiarization with the functioning of these departments. First, for example, once you interact with your local district collector or block development officer, then you familiarize people. You know, you are the social work student. They know about you, you know about them. So once you interact with the familiarization with the functioning of these agencies is very important for the social worker. In future, when you will work with organization, it may helpful for you. Yes, please respond on the civic administration. I think everyone, you have some experience
Okay.
with civic administration. Please.
So, my understanding of this is that hence you are talking about civic administration, so that it is a governmental something, maybe governmental department that's used to address social issues. And in Kano State, Nigeria, there are some of these departments. For example, there is establishment of Hisba Commission. Hisba Commission is a commission under Kano State government that used to call people to order and used to regulate some bad behaviors among people, among citizens of Kano. So they used to, their main function is to purify the activities of people in calling people to order. And there is another one, anti-corruption. Anti-corruption is another commission established by government of Kano State, and its purpose is that of making a kind of maybe help to those people who are being undermined by others, so that they fight for right of people in this regard. Are these two departments relevant to the civic administration centers
In Nigeria.
in
Yeah,
Nigeria? In Nigeria, in Kano State,
Yes,
Nigeria.
very good. Yes. Faisal Abdullah.
yeah, yes, sir. I think this issue is very, very important in Nigeria here. In Bochi State, we have what we are calling Barossa, and even in Kano, we have Karo.
Yes, Abdullah. Hello. Kalipa. Kalipa.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, please. Share your experience.
We
Here
have
in Malawi, we
Bosman.
also
Those
have settings where
people
government
are the one
provides.
who have the
Fai- Faisal, your voice is not
the total.
audible. Just you. Uh, uh, yes, Kalipa.
Okay, I'm saying that here in Malawi, we also have civic government and local government where the government provides social support to its people. So yeah, we can visit. They are available locally.
Okay. Any more?
Place in Nigeria, we have a ministry, entire ministry of humanitarian and ministry of humanitarian. It's because it's newly established. It was established, I think, around 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So it is ministry that make it vision concerning
Hello,
this
sir.
issue of to do with humanitarian
Okay.
activities. So that one is another perfect example for this one too.
Okay. Okay. Buba. All of you remember when you will visit the organization,
Okay,
just you.
okay, sir. Sir, can I ask
Just you.
a question?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, at civil government, yeah, setting, there are a lot of departments. So should we visit each department or just one? Because there's this department of social welfare, a department of development, department of water. So should we visit each one or one or all of it or just the one as a whole?
Yes. Yes. You can visit. You can visit. And then you focus. Then you observe. Then you will observe on what type of programs or policies are implementing by the civic administration or the particular department. Then you find out, and then you write down the programs and policies, and you record in your report writing. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Okay. Yes, Buba.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Yes. You are
Okay.
audible. Please.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay. So I have a three question regarding what you have explained now.
Yes.
I just want to ask, how are we going to communicate with our supervisor as he in India or in Igno? How are we going to communicate with him? Through mail or what
No, no,
can we communicate
we
with
will
him to know that we have do our
no, no. Before completion of this session, uh, we will finalize the faculty supervisors. Give
okay,
some.
thank you, sir. So my
Okay.
second question, yes.
Yes. Second one. Okay.
So am I audible, sir?
Yes. Yes. You're audible.
So my second question is that okay, my second question is you say we should visit some different kind of organization that we should start with a organization that they has provide service of health lines in the communities. For example, you say
Yes.
let
Yes.
me give some examples that I see some organizations how they can do their work in the community. We have organization that what they are. We have some organization that we call Medicine Do Monday. They are providing service, health service. They are providing health service in the community, but they have a different department that they, as a social student at the time that you are doing your work fields. When you go there, when you go there, you should just go and see their work that they are doing or their service that they are providing in their location of activities. For example, in our area, they are conducting their, for example, in our community, they have conducting their activities in IDP's camp. So when you go there, you see they have a different nutrition department, health department, and then mental health and psychosocial department, GBB department, then child protection concern department. They have different kind of department that they have doing their own work there. So as a social worker, you just go and see their activities physically.
Yes. Yes.
Also, after that, you can jot it down. I mean that you can write what you have seen on some book, what you have seen they have doing, or you can just join them and see
What they
their
are
work.
doing,
Just
and
on
which
you
type
can
of
just you can join them to do
which
their
type of
work practically go and see their work and just jot it or you write it in your some book after.
yes.
Okay,
In the first
so
semester,
that is
only just you visit the
my
organization.
second
No need
question.
to involve. No need
So
to
my third
involve.
question is that
Yes.
we start visiting organizations that they has do work under health first before we go some organization. Okay, 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 sir.
Okay.
Because I asked you that because we have many organizations that they have doing their different kind of activities. Some they are providing health service, some they are providing
Yes. Yes. You can visit. You can visit number of organization.
okay, some
Don't
they are
worry.
providing
Many is there.
yes
That
sir.
is very. You can find multiple uh, settings. Okay. Yes. Jimba.
Yes, my question is, you said in the first semester we visit 20 government organization. So when I see the
Government.
first
Yes.
non-government organizations, So when I see where you put the executive director of the organization, there is only space for one, which means you only specify one organization which you are going to write the ED of that, or what scenario should we use? But the layout you said 20 organizations. So can you clarify on that?
Jimba, please type here chat box. You can you must visit 20 organization, either governmental organization or non-governmental organization. One thing, when you visit the organization, first you note down the points about the organization, organization profile, organization structure, organizational activities, programs. Just you note down all the points about the organization and then enter your PDF journal. Yesterday I showed you, na, all of you, I think all of you have seen a PDF journal. Then you enter your fieldwork visit, uh, organizational visit. You enter the entire organization report. Write down report on PDF journal.
Okay. I wanted to know what differences are we going to use the if we, for example, if this is the first organization, you write down the objective and how they function, then you go to another organization the other day and at
Yes.
the second visit. So are you going to differentiate between the first one or the second one, or what exactly are we really focused on?
No need to focus. You focus only what they are doing. Just you observe. This is called orientational or observational visits.
Okay.
I
So
will
are
give
we
you
going
one pro forma. No. I will give you one pro forma how to write the report. How to write report writing in observational or orientation visit. Hello, Jimba.
Hello.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Jimba. Okay.
Hello, sir.
I
Yes.
tried. I downloaded the journal yesterday, but writing on it seems to be a problem because it's in a PDF form. How else can I write on that particular document?
Yes, you
How
can write there.
else?
Yes, you can write there. I showed to you, all of you, yesterday how to write in PDF.
Yeah, but
Journal.
I said I did it try yesterday. I downloaded it through the phone and put it in a desktop, but it was never writable there.
Just you show me how you did. Can you show me?
Okay, then it means not right now
That
because the desktop is at home. I'm a bit far. I'm not within my home yet.
okay. Okay. Just you mail me if you have any doubts regarding this sentence. Okay. Anas.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
As you said, if I visit an organization,
Yes.
due to the writing of my observation,
Hello.
I observe their
Please repeat.
profile. If I visit an organization
Yes.
to take the record of the organization, I have to observe first their profile, the structure of the organization, their achievement, and what, sir. Hello. Hello, sir. Am I audible? Hello, sir.
I think his network is bad. He went off.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. The network is very bad, sir. I'm not hearing anything at all.
Anas, please repeat your question. I lost my network. Please repeat your question. Anas.
As I said, sir,
Yes.
after I visit an organization,
Yes.
I observe the organization, write down their profile, their structure, and their achievement. And what
Yes.
else and what else again?
What?
What should I observe after the profile, structure, and achievement?
You just write down your observations. First,
Okay.
you write down the profile, structure, programs, and your observations. Your comments also you can write. You can
Okay, sir.
write your comments and observation. Comments and observation by trainee social worker. Okay.
But sir, you
Most
said that sir, you said that you are going to give us one pro forma in order for us to see exactly how we are going to do it. I think it is right
Just
now to share that with us.
okay. I will show you tomorrow. We'll continue the settings. After that, tomorrow we'll show observational.
the Chinese. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Is it by most that the supervisor must give us his phone number and his signature?
No. Once we finalize the fieldwork supervisor, then
Yes.
you focus on the signature and all the things. You wait for some
Okay.
time.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Home for weaker sections, home for the woman, home for the children, home for beggars, home for elderly or old age. A number of homes are run for destitutes and abandoned women and abandoned children. For example, trainee social worker may observe the living conditions of orphan home, old age home, children home, women shelters. For example, if there is any old age home in Malawi or Nigeria or Uganda or Mozambique, just you observe the living conditions of the orphan home, how they are living in orphan homes, which type of facilities are providing by the organization or orphan home people, and which type of facilities or services they are providing. In children home, like women shelters, social worker counsel the inmates, organize events to create awareness, assist them in availing government programs, and legal aid to help the poor cope with the problems. Once you find out the problems or find out the services are providing by the organization, then you interact with the people who are staying in old age home or children home or destitute home or orphan home. Is there any homes, either women shelter homes or old age home in your locality, in your area,
Hello, sir.
nearby your area? Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Is that of only open home? That is children home. Is the only one that I know that is near to my area. But I don't know anything like women and beggars home. It's only of that.
If woman home is there, just you visit woman home.
No woman home. It's only children home we have here. That is what I told you.
Yes, you just visit the children home in your locality and just you observe and write down and about the profile and who are the children staying there and their case, their family background, which type of interventions they are following. Just you see and observe. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Sir.
Yes.
Can we just visit the 5 orphanages? Then we are remaining with 15 to visit organization.
Please repeat, Kalipa.
Can we visit different 5 orphanage organization? Then we are remaining with like 15 to visit organization.
No, Kalipa. First you visit different type of organizations. For example, first you visit one old age home, then you visit other organization, community organization, one another governmental organization, one organization working with women. So you need to visit different type of organizations in different areas. They are working.
Yes, sir.
And here I just want to emphasize to the one who have just asked you, sir. You can't visit 5 police stations, and you, including that, you have visited 5 different institutions. No, polices are similar. So you
Only
need to, yes, like that.
One you need, you visit one police station, one government office, not in civic administration, welfare departments is there, jail is there, health center is there,
But
school is
only my
there.
question.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
But only my question is, for example, police has a different department. There's a CID department. There's a victim support department. So when we are writing our report, are we going to combine all those department at the police station to make one report, or each and the department will have its own a report? What are we going actually? How are we going to write our report?
You must write report each and every organization. You write down separately. When you visit one organization, you write down report about the particular organization, about the particular department. For example, you when you will visit women welfare department, just you write down or note down about the women welfare department. When you will visit police station, just you write down about the police station structure, uh, services, services and experiences of the people, and then you write down about the police station only. When you visit government office, write down about the only government office, the particular department. Got my point? Hello. Hello. Okay. Chiti, please.
Yes, you talk about field supervisor. So when I want to go to the field, like when I want to go government department like civic education, so who will be my field supervisor? Where can I get that field supervisor?
Uh, Chiti, we will finalize shortly. You don't worry about the fieldwork supervisor. Within 2 3 days, we will finalize the fieldwork supervisor. Yes,
I didn't get you proper. You say what?
please repeat.
I'm saying you talk
Yes.
about field supervisor. So where to find that field supervisor?
No.
If I want,
We will
if I
we will
want,
we will finalize uh, within short term. Will you wait some time? We will finalize. Once finalization of fieldwork supervisor, you will go and visit organizations.
The question is, she said that where can we get the supervisors?
It seems like each and every institution have their own field supervisor. That's the field supervisor, the one who is going to help you.
Yes, we will
Which means
finalize
if each and
shortly.
so you show that
No.
each and
Once we
everybody
will
should
discuss.
rely on our supervisor, or we need
No,
It seems like school provide the doc will tell us
Yeah.
about the
No.
supervisors.
We
Will
are
give us one.
we are finding
okay,
we
fine.
are
If it's school is
yeah,
so
we are
if it is the
finding
school
the
that is
possibilities
providing
of
supervisor,
the
He's saying he's going to
field
tell
work
us. Just
supervisors.
wait, guys.
okay,
All of, uh,
school will tell us
all
about
of you wait
supervisor. So
some
where can
time. Some time.
so
You
if I
wait
supply
some
now,
time.
you get very sure.
Okay.
I'm done. What is this?
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
yes, sir.
Yes.
Please, class, you have to be respecting our teachers, please. If you are not allowed to talk, you have to remain calm, please, so that at least we understand the lesson very clear.
All
You
of
are
you,
speaking somehow,
please wait some.
something like that.
Please wait some time. Faisal, you wait, please. All of you wait some
Yeah,
time. Within short term, we will finalize the modality of fieldwork practicum. We will finalize the faculty supervisor from uh, your country or from other or IGNO. We will see. You wait some time.
Hello? Hello, sir. We can't hear you.
He left the group. His network is very
His,
bad.
no,
I think so.
his network is bad. Guys, he was asking for you to just wait a minute to finalize what he was saying, then he will give you the update of the supervisor.
Okay, because
Okay.
my fellow colleague, please, at least we have to be respecting the the teacher, because we are speaking somehow. At least we have to raise your hand before giving an order, so that at least things will be going smoothly. But in a situation where you are just speaking somehow, you can even make somebody to not have access to understanding what is going on in the class. Please endeavor to it, please.
Hello. I
Hello,
lost my
sir.
again. It connected. Yes, you. Yes.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes. You're audible.
Yes, yes. I wanted to ask. Hello, can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes. You are audible. Please.
Wow. During visiting to organizations, is it not important, or are we not supposed to have introductory letters as we are going to the organizations? Maybe we need to show where we are coming from and what we are and what we are doing, because they may not recognize us. So I wanted to know if you be provided with introductory letters as you will be going into various organizations. I
Clear.
can't hear you, sir. I can't.
Okay. All of you listen. We will finalize fieldwork supervisors and modality of the practicum fieldwork, either faculty supervisor from your country or from IGNO. We will finalize within 1 week or 10 days before completion of our counseling session. We will finalize fieldwork supervisors. When we will finalize the fieldwork supervisor, after that you will visit the organization. Before that, you find out the organizations in your locality. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow or Monday, please come with your organizations, either governmental organizations or non-governmental organizations in your locality. First find out and list out the organizations in your locality. We will discuss about your organizations, how many organizations are available in your locality. If sufficient organizations means 20 organizations are available in your locality, there is no problem. If there is no 20 organizations, we will discuss who will don't have 20 organizations. We will discuss with you. We will have 20, there is no issue. If we will don't have 20, we will discuss with you and how to overcome the problem. Yes.
Yeah, it's clear. It's clear.
We discussed homes for weaker sections, women, children, beggar and elderly. For example, like home, orphans home, old age home, children home, and women shelters. In adoption agencies, the social worker is responsible for checking the suitability of the prospect, prospective parents and their compatibility with the child to be adopted. If you visit the adoption agency, just you find out what is the procedure to procedure for adoption. In old age home, the social worker is responsible for maintaining the physical and mental health of the inmates. Social worker has to help them cope with loneliness, neglect, and help them to adjust to the new situation. As a trainee social worker, just you find out what are the problems they are facing and which type of program, which type of services provided by old age home administration. Important thing, community services. NGOs provide community related services. Some of them specialize in a single activity. Example, in health, I have seen Women Health Foundation, Uganda, WHF. In education, number of organizations working in education setting. While others provide multiple services. Example, Wellbeing Foundation in Nigeria. Most of them have social workers working for them. Their major focus or major task include study and research of the community, identifying the felt needs of the people, identifying the community needs, organizing the awareness programs, mobilizing people, identify leaders, setting priorities, and suggesting alternative means to solve the problems, implementing programs and evaluating them. The above community service organization, community service providers, all these organizations first find out or identify the felt needs of the people, and after that organizing awareness program about the needs or problems, and mobilizing people and identify leaders, setting priorities when identifying the problems, and then within the problem we need to frame some priority, which one is first and second. We need to setting priorities and suggesting alternative means to solve the problems. How to solve the problems? As a social worker, only just find out the problem is not enough. Then after that, once you find out the problem, then awareness, you conduct awareness programs and mobilizing people and setting the priorities and suggesting alternative means to solve the problems and implementing programs and evaluating them. Setting priorities and suggesting alternative means to solve the problems and implementing programs. How to implement, which is the first priority and which one is the second priority, then implementing the program, and then last finally evaluating them. Our purpose is reached or not. The community setting gives the social worker plenty of opportunities to use the integrated methods of social work. Just now, Buba has shared his experience in his locality, community settings. They are providing different type of services. In that situation, we can see plenty of opportunities to use the integrated methods of social work. For example, trainee social worker visiting a community service NGOs may observe the profile of the NGO or voluntary organization and who are the beneficiary of the organization, source of funding, either international funding or national wide funding or any other non-governmental organization funding, and what are the activities, means what are the interventions by the organization. As a trainee social worker, you must focus on this. You must observe the profile of the NGO, beneficiaries details, funding of the organization, sources of funding, grants, and intervention. And interventions means activities or programs implementing by the community, implementing by the NGO. Yes, please share your experience regarding these NGOs, community service setting. Many organizations are working in this field, community organization setting. We can observe we can observe different methods. In casework, we can observe in community organization method, we can observe group work method in community setting. Yes. Am I audible? Yes, please respond. Community settings. Many, I think, number of organizations are working in your locality. In Nigeria, Malawi, and Uganda, and other countries. Is there any organizations working in the community, in your locality, in your area?
Hello, sir.
Yes, is there or not?
Sir, I know there are many different organizations that are working based on this community services you are talking about. For example, in nearby to me, I know there is one organization called AHIP. AHIP is an acronym of adolescent and human. I forgot the full meaning of acronym, but their services is mainly based on how to have adults, young adults, for example, young girls, on how to they equip them in entrepreneurial soft skills so that they depend on themselves. This, I think, this is one of the organization you're talking about, right?
Yes. Any more experiences regarding NGOs working in community? Uganda, Malawi. Okay. And one more setting, de-addiction and rehabilitation centers. In community centers, Uganda, one organization is there, Women's Health Foundation, WHF, Uganda. And Wellbeing Foundation is working at Nigeria. Are you heard about this? Hello. Are you with me?
Yes, sir. We are with you.
Okay. Okay. Here I'm today's session. I'm concluding here. So far we discussed regarding orientation visits. Orientation visits in our orientation visit or observational visit. We visit in health setting. We need to visit health setting. In health setting, health hospitals and health centers, primary health centers and clinics. In educational setting, we need to visit organizations like school, college, and non-formal educational institution. In a correctional setting, prison and juvenile homes, uh, um, we discussed, and home for the destitutes, disaster afflicted refugees and migrants, and home for the destitutes, home for the old age, home for the women and children, beggars. And we discussed community service setting organizations. Okay, we will discuss tomorrow the remaining settings, and all of you, please come with your available organizations in your locality, in your area, nearby your area. Thank you. Namuju. Yes.
I'm inquiring.
Yes, please.
Where can we find these recordings of the sessions that we've been taking?
Okay, RC will send it to you.
Who?
Bhubaneswar Regional Center will send it to you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Faisal
So
Abdullah.
I have, yeah. So where can I get this the PDF of this course, PDF? Because I need to at least to be, revising what you have been treated in the class. How can I
Yes.
get this PDF?
This PPT you want?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I will share it to you. Okay. I will share it to
Okay,
you.
sir.
Don't worry. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Bye. I love you. See you tomorrow.
See you. See you again.
Okay.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye.
Hello, class.
Faizo.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm okay,
Where
thank
is
you. Yes.
Sagir? Listen to me. Where is Sagir, please?
Okay.
He has
Hello?
left.
You have slept. All right, so we should meet in the
Yes.
group so at least we'll discuss better, right?
Okay.
All right, see you again. Abun ne kana mistake sai a tafi a barka. Da zaran baka updating abubuwa. Yanzu ko wasu a samu yau nake so zan fara su.
Faiza background Hajagwan. Then English, we need to talk English, not your native language.
It's time of ending classes. So everyone must enjoy his languages.
Yes, Faiza, talk. You raise your hand. Talk. Precious, talk. Timase, talk. Baba, talk. Dente, talk. Bua, talk, please. We don't know where you come from. And I want to know, Abdul Salim is from Nigeria. Precious, where are you from?
Nigeria.
What street? What state? Which state is that in Nigeria? Maybe I can visit you next year. Timase, where are you from? Timase, where are you from? Bua, where are you from?
So you guys are still here? Is the meeting not over yet? Hassan, Bobson.
Yeah.